Hello YouTube, Fuzzfinger here, and today we are continuing on with our Final Fantasy IV complete walkthrough of the entire game. And we had some exciting times in the last episode taking on a tough boss, so don't forget to check that out if you haven't already. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of tidying up, getting some optional items and preparing for the adventures that lie ahead of us. We've recently just collected Cid's airship as well, so we actually have free reign of the entire world map. We'll be putting that to good use in a little while, don't you worry about that. But in the meantime, since we're here at Baron, we're going to explore and get more stuff. So we're going to start by entering the castle itself and heading inside. Basically, there's a few items that I want us to collect that haven't been available or haven't been easily accessible to us up until this point. From this first floor here, where we opened 3 chests earlier on, you can see that there's a staircase on the right hand side. This should actually take us outside, which it does. So we can now move across to the other side of the castle. Now, on the map here, you're going to see 6 treasure chests. So how do we actually get to them is the obvious question. Well, we're looking for a door around here. Kind of like a switch. Or we can just head out. That'll do the job. I must have already clicked that door previously, so if you can't actually access that hidden passageway there, then just hit the door itself. Or the yellow button, I should say, by the door, and that will give you access to it. Anyway, in terms of our swag that we get to grab here, nothing too exciting, but everything comes in useful in this game in all honesty. So just pick all that up. And once we've grabbed those 6 chests, we just need to backtrack and make our way back to the other side. Just try and find the way down here. Oh, there it is, look. But we're going to head south this time to go back outside. And you'll see 2 NPCs just wandering over the place. They don't have anything exciting to tell us at the moment, but just remember them because we are going to be speaking with them properly later on. So for now, just note that they are there. And then we're going to head up to the castle, so to the tower even, that's just north of us. And there's another 4 chests for us to grab. So of course we're not going to pass those by. And now we're going to head down into the basement area. This is the East Tower, Basement 1. And we're going to click this candle here, and that just straight out gives us an elixir. And then we can head down into the next basement for a bit of story information. Little bit of cryptic information there from the King of Baron, but at least it reassures us that the true king is in fact safe after we've just dealt with the intruder earlier on in the last episode. Anyway, we need to head back up now at this point, out of the basement area. And once we reach the room with the 4 chests that we just looted from a moment ago, we're actually going to continue our journey upwards. 2 more chests here. High potion. And, well, 2 high potions actually. And then we're going to go up even further. Grab the 3 obvious chests. But I believe there's also a secret ether just in the right hand corner here. So if you are playing, make sure you don't miss that. And that's all we can get from the tower. So we're going to just make our way back out again. Head back down to the first floor. And outwards. Our next stop is Cecil's bedchamber, just so we can rest up, since it's our first chance at doing so for free after the previous boss fight. I did just cut out the journey, because you just have to basically backtrack all the way through the way we've just came to get to the bedchamber itself, which is in the west tower. I'll show you as we come out here. So we'll just do that first. Right, now we're going to head back down to the southwest corner. We need to actually enter the ancient waterway again. You remember this is the area where I've not been able to find the rare mob. It would be nice if I'm able to do so on this visit, although that's not the reason we're heading back there. So we just need to go around the outside of the castle here. And first things first, by the way, this is the area where you can encounter that rare mob, the floodworm. We can just go back to save, since we've done a few bits, collected a few items at this point. Okay, and now we're going to be heading back to the B3 area, the basement 3 area. So this is B1 at the moment. So here I am at the start of the B3 area, and it's really linear up to this point, so you can't really go wrong. You will of course have all your enemy encounters, so make sure that you hit them with the right elements that I instructed you previously. It's the same enemies as before, so you won't have too much trouble with them. In fact, auto battle will probably take care of most of your encounters, as you can see here. Sid happens to start at level 20, which might be a little bit lower than the rest of your party. So this is actually a good opportunity to actually level him up a little bit as well. Okay, anyway. Come to the first secret area that you find, or the first hidden passage, and then as you're in the water, head north and you'll see these sparkles. This is the reason we've come to this place. So once we approach these sparkles and loot them, we get the tsunami augment. Particularly useful. I'm not going to do anything with it right at this moment, but we did want to pick it up. You can actually use Tellar's warp ability twice if you want to exit this dungeon instantly. I'm going to be silly and actually try and find this rare mob again that I still haven't been able to find, the floodworm. So let's see how this goes. I'll be back with you in a few moments. Sadly, still no luck with that rare mob, so I think it's something I'm going to have to persevere throughout the game in trying to find it, to be honest. Keep heading back to that area every now and then. Anyway, now we can actually leave the castle, so make your way back past all the water moat and then out through the main entrance and back to the airship that we've recently added to our arsenal. So our next destination is Mysidia, which is located, I believe, over here. It could be this one. In fact, I'm pretty sure it is this one, but we're not going to go there just yet. Since we've got access to the airship, something that you might want to do now is actually explore the whole of the map and just remove all of this fog of war. It'll all be completed then throughout the game as we, you know, go and find other locations and whatnot. So yeah, it'll take a few minutes, but just go around the entire map and explore every nook and cranny. Righty-ho, so as you can see, my entire map has now been explored, and we're going to actually enter the town of Mysidia itself. And you'll probably remember that not everyone was our best of friends last time that we visited this place. First thing we're going to do is head north and into the building at the topmost section. And we're going to head up the stairs here. And this is the crystal chamber. We have been in here before as well. And over on this side is another door which we're going to go through. And we're going to continue on up north here until we reach this NPC in the middle of the two mages. This is the Elder. And he'll give us the dual cast augment. And that, well actually, he won't necessarily give you the dual cast augment. He'll give us some more, by the way, after this. The cry augment, the bluff augment, and the twinker. Basically, that's their augments. That's what they were using. But you'll only get these augments if you've been doing what I've told you to do in terms of who you give augments to previously. So that's the best outcome. Hopefully you've got those as well. And that's the reason we actually came back to this place. So with that done, we can exit Mysidia now and continue on with our explorations. So we'll just exit all the way back down south. And back to the airship here. And our next destination is a place, a town known as Mithril. Now, it's not the easiest town in the game to find, but over here on the eastern side you'll see a section of islands, small islands that is, and you can see the town just on the western most of all these small islands. So we'll go ahead and land the airship here. This is the town of Mithril, and as usual, we've not been here before. Look, it contains mini people. We've not been here before, so we're going to want and wipe them all out of their loot. You know, I think we need to put it to better use than they do, so we'll go and get it all first. So we're going to start, not by going in, but just so we can get our bearings here at the inn. And from the inn we're going to head down south and to the west a little bit. You can see this kind of groundy area on the minimap. And just in the bush, right to the west of that bit of ground, is a diet ration. And then we're going to head east here, all the way to a well, where we're going to loot a maiden's kiss. And now you can see the weapon and armour shop on the map. I mean, you could before, but they're actually our focus at this particular point. And we're looking for a frog. There he is, look. We'll say hello to him. He doesn't actually give us anything, but he does, you know, tell us something. However, around here, around that frog, there is something we can loot. That is a Mithril knife. And if we head over to the weapon shop, there's a bush containing 5,000 gil. And somewhere around here is another bit of loot we can grab. I think I saw it then. Yeah, it's a Mithril staff. And that's actually all the loot we can get for free in this place. But there's other bits and bobs we can purchase, and we should have some money now. So we're going to head into the weapon shop first. So as you can see, you can get the Mithril hammer for Cid, but you don't actually need to buy that, in all honesty. Actually, I made a mistake. It's the sword we don't need to buy. The hammer we'll definitely buy, because that is a good upgrade for Cid there. So we'll spend the 8,000 gil, which isn't a big problem. Obviously, we've just collected a Mithril knife and a Mithril staff, which will come in use later on. So we won't be purchasing those things. But the other thing we can do while we're here is just sell. And basically, you can sell everything, including actually that staff and that knife. I said we'll put them to use later, but we won't. So just go ahead and sell them, along with your ancient sword, your leather caps that you've probably collected by this point, your healing staff, bard's tunic, prison garbs, your ancient sword. Just don't sell some of the other bits that you've already collected, such as the wooden hammer, the ruby rings, the flame and ice rods, the flame claws, the Gaia gear, and the golden hairpin, and the wizard hat. Keep that as well. But other than that, just sell it all. In terms of the armour shop, there's equipment that both Cecil and Cid can use, although Cecil won't be needing it, in all honesty, because the stuff he has is already pretty awesome. Cid, on the other hand, you can buy him armour, but I recommend just getting him the shield. It does provide him a massive boost compared to the other stuff. But even if you do buy these bits for him, which I'm not going to bother with, make sure you hang on to the stuff that you unequip from him, since you are going to need that a little bit later on. So we're going to go ahead now and just throw the new stuff on Cid that we've collected, including the Mithril hammer and also the Mithril shield. And if you purchased anything to replace his other armour, then equip that as well. But, as I say, don't sell his other items that you unequip at this point. And that's it in terms of the Mithril town. So we can actually go ahead and exit this place now and move on to even more exploration. Our next exploration point is in the bottom left, the southwest corner of the world map, so we're going to head over there now. You can, of course, as I'm sure you're aware, if you played Final Fantasy games in the past, just head over out of one side of the world map to access the other. We are, of course, in a globy type world, and you'll see this giant tower protruding from the ground. It looks very spectacular, but that's not our destination. We're actually looking for a castle, not quite as spectacular, on the bottom of the island. This is where we're going to be heading into next. So we'll land the airship. But I'm going to finish things off here today, guys. We've got so much more exploration to do now we've got the airship, so I hope you'll come back next time as we continue on with this. And if you've enjoyed this episode, please don't forget just to hit that like button, post a comment, let me know what you think, and also be subscribed to the Fuzzfinger Gaming YouTube channel. Take care, folks, and I'll see you soon for more Final Fantasy IV. Bye for now.